Hi there crafters, Louise here. Thanks for stopping in for a Scrap Timber share. This prompt is all about stitching. Now again, I am starting to pre-prep some supplies. I'm starting to run out of time. Not sure I'm going to make it to all layouts for the end of the month. But I'm doing my best and I'm trying to keep on top of it. So thinking a little bit ahead, I've pulled a few supplies for upcoming themes and prompts and hoping to get those worked on over the weekend. Now, I am starting with a little bit of a distressed background, and with the prompt of stitching, you could take this however you like. You could faux stitch, you could machine stitch. I am actually going to hand stitch. And so this little area that I've marked just gives me a bit of something to work on of where I'm going to place my stitching. The roll of washi tape here, I actually thought that these were all pre-cut and that these splatters would actually just peel off and I could pop one splatter here and there into my background and then stitch onto my rectangle that I've marked there, that main sort of ruler rectangle. But alas, I had to think again because those washi splatters were not cut and I did not want to cut them. Let's be real, if I'm going to go ahead and stitch on this layout, I ain't got no time to be cutting washi tape. So re-evaluating how I'm going to use this, I also didn't know that that washi tape would get lighter the further down the roll we got, so the splatters actually become more grey. So I have a mix of pardon me, I have a mix of dark, those sort of really black splatters, and then I have a mix of some grey ones in there as well. But until I pointed out to you, I'm sure you probably didn't even notice. Let's hope you didn't. And I've been able to blend this in quite well. So I'm just going to roughly cut and make a bit of a border with these splatters. And I certainly don't hate how this turned out. You know, it was kind of cool. It was not how I planned to start this layout, but it happened and I got the layout done, which is part of, you know, Scrap Timber and getting our memories created. So in this case, it is a simple matter of now embellishing. So for my photo, I need it to have a black background, so I'm going to mount that on some black card. I just buy the cardstock from my local discount store. You can buy just like packs of A4 cardstock. I use that because mostly I'm using it for mounting, so I don't need 12 by 12 pieces. Again, sorry, having a little trouble with my glue here, but I am tacky gluing most things down just because it helps to hold those elements in place. I've pulled out a little fun charms creation. If you are in Australia and you haven't seen a charms creation, check her out on Facebook because she makes these gorgeous little layered embellishments, hearts and stars and tags and banners and fun things that you can use to highlight your pages. I use an old mouse pad flipped over to poke holes in my layout, and then off camera I've gone ahead just with black embroidery thread and added a chain stitch around that sort of in a circle. And I actually think this turned out better than I expected. I do like that border. I like that little bit of white space between it and my cluster area, and the photo memory as well really shines on this sort of more of a neutral page. Even though I didn't start out sort of with that monochrome theme in mind, I'm pretty happy with how it's gone in terms of you know, the final result. I am actually going through this little sticker stash and I'm looking for a tag. So I actually want to put a little tag up in that top section where I've put that title of moment. That's not what I went looking for. It was purely just that I couldn't find it. So I was trying out a bunch of different embellishments and, you know, I find a couple of little bits and pieces here. I find, you know, some hearts and a journaling spot, but I'm looking for anything food related because obviously it's a food picture, but really I'm actually looking for a tag, and it took me so long to find a tag. It was so frustrating. I could not find exactly what I want, but at some point you'll see me find a tag, pop it up just above the word moment, and then I'm going to call the layout done. So that's my share today for the prompt of stitching. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate all your comments and for you visiting my channel. As always, happy scrapping!